Hello, Orlando. Thank you for having us. So my name is Reed Harris, and I'm going to help host this today, the question and answer period. So we have a very special guest. The show premiered Wednesday, Frankie Edgar versus BJ Penn, the Ultimate Fighter, and then eventually they'll fight. So before I bring him out, we have a package I'd like you to watch.
Even when he was the lightweight champion of the world, Frankie Edgar was being advised to move down in weight.
His natural weight class in today's MMA is 135. Dominic Cruz, Hina Barao, Jariah Faber, they're all walking around the 58 to 60 range, and that's what Frankie walks around at.
He's constantly on a diet to gain weight, and he cannot gain weight. You know, I know half of the women in this country wish they were like him.
I gotta cut, very little bit of weight. Still, I bet you at 45, I'm still not gonna be the guy cutting most weight. I think those guys still cut more than I do.
We wanna see how he does with a guy on his size, on his weight division, So this is gonna be the first time he will do that.
Obvious advantage would be I'm gonna be, similar in size to these guys. As we're at 55, come fight night, that I would be outweighed by 15 to 20 pounds. I'm confident in my team and in my preparation. I know how to prepare. I've been in big fights before, and this is no different.
I'm taking eye drops to the fight because I'm not blinking. It's gonna be a non-stop action.
This fight is 5 rounds.
To say I was a UFC champion different weight classes would, put me along with, just 2 other guys, and that's definitely an accomplishment.
Okay, before I bring him out, we've got 2 microphones, one here and one there. Line up, ask questions, the best question. I'm going to send you a big bag of merchandise, all right? So it can be funny, it can be stupid, whatever. We'll vote in the back and we'll award the prize. Ladies and gentlemen, the former lightweight champion, reinventing himself at featherweight, Frankie Edgar!
Papa, you got to call me Francis MH. White intake like toast. So was told in shootout, stay low and keep firing.
Leaving me, Reed. Leaving me.
I'm leaving. You're in.
What's up, man?
Hey, man. Whoa. I know all these reporters ask you the same question all the time before your fights, so I'm going to throw it a little different. What do you think about the redhead population in the UFC? We lost Ed Herman and we lost Jason McDonald, but we need to build that up. We got Russians, we got everybody else. What do you think about that?
We'll get some gingers in there, man. We got it.
It's an unrecognized minority. You know that.
That's for sure, man. Why don't you suit up, man?
Ginger pride, bro. Hey, but I don't want to ruin John Jones' legacy, bro. I'm at like 210 right now.
Yeah, he appreciate that.
Hey, but on the real side, though, do you see BJ Penn now being like Ken Shamrock and Tito Ortiz? He just keeps coming at you, but he knows, I can't really beat you.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's a competitor, BJ. He's
a great guy,
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a competitive guy. He wants to win. He wants to get me back. I get where he's coming from.
Awesome. I got a lot of respect for you, man. I met Gray Maynard down here. I had to put on a face for him, but I know you got him every time, bro. You're the man, Frankie.
Thank you.
Hey, Frankie. How you doing, man? Now that you were supposed to fight Pettis a long time ago, ever think about moving back to 155 to challenge him?
We'll see what the future holds, man. Right now, my goal is set at that 45-pound title. But, it's an intriguing matchup, He's the best at 55, and I like to fight the best guys, so you never know.
Just one more question. Besides the title fight, is there anybody you're interested in fighting that will be either a 145 or 155? Just a fun fight?
My goal is set on that title. So after BJ, this zeroing in on that belt.
All right, thank you, man. Good luck.
Thanks.
Hey, Frankie, appreciate you coming today. So you fought BJ twice already, and you won. Third fight's coming up. Do you expect him to bring anything different to the table this time, or are you just kind of approaching it like your previous 2 fights? What's fight camp like?
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to make some adjustments, myself included. I'm going to make some adjustments too. I train to fight the best guy in the world every camp, no matter who I'm fighting. So that's what I'm going to do this time around too.
I appreciate it.
Hi, Frankie.
Hello.
I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
You cause a house to be divided because my husband is a BJ Penn fan. So you can imagine Wednesday nights are going to be very exciting at our house. I saw you and BJ Penn fight in Boston. It was a great fight. Very excited to watch the third fight. If you can you tell us your thoughts about how your experience was coaching The Ultimate Fighter? It was a great show Wednesday night. I know you probably can't name any names, but just give us some thoughts on the fights.
Yeah, no, it was great. I think you guys will really enjoy the season. You know, the contestants, the guys, they put a lot of work in. They definitely were committed to improving and making their dreams come true on becoming Ultimate Fighters. So, you know, me and BJ definitely, you know, we're both pretty amicable towards each other, but, you know, you'll see the competitive side come out in each of us.
Have you been watching Tough Brazil? What are your thoughts on?
I've been catching it here and there, you know, watching
Chael
that little
altercation,
scuffle, the little scuffle they had. Yeah, that rival's real, you know. So I think you guys are in for a treat for that one.
Also, I don't know what you have planned after the Q&A, but I have a small group of Marines that came down from Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. We would love to get a picture with you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You got it.
How you doing, Frankie?
What's up, man?
My question was, you've had some pretty epic battles with Benson and Gray Maynard, Jose Aldo, BJ Penn. Who do you think out of those four guys was your toughest competition?
You know, it's tough to say. You know, in hindsight, they were all good fights. You know, I got 2 losses to Benson, so yeah, I can't really pick anyone as saying the toughest because they all presented different challenges.
Right. Thank you.
Hey, Frankie, thanks for coming down to Florida to see us. I just got one question. Is it pretty surreal now that you're coaching on The Ultimate Fighter against BJ Penn when years ago you tried out for The Ultimate Fighter when BJ Penn was coaching?
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, back in the day when I tried out, BJ was the coach, and obviously I didn't get picked, and I was pretty torn up, and you know, but in hindsight it worked out. I ended up getting my shot in the UFC, and you know, here we are. It's kind of like coming full circle. So yeah, it's pretty cool to think it like that.
Awesome, thank you.
You got it.
Hello, Frankie. Nice to see you.
Too.
We all know that you're one of the best fighters in the UFC, and you'll never quit. If you could fight a no time limit fight with somebody, who do you think would be the most fun fight to fight?
Oh, yeah. You know, I mean, I would love to fight a no time limit fight. I think I'm kind of built for something like that. Yeah, you know, I mean, me and Benson had some great fights that probably could have kept going a little bit.
I thought you won both of those.
Yeah, thanks. Me too. But yeah, you know, maybe him. You know, he's got great cardio too, so maybe we might be able to really put on a show.
All right, well, thank you.
You got it.
What's up, Frankie? How you doing?
What's up, man?
Huge fan. Just got to say, after you beat Sean Shirk, I knew for sure you're going to be the lightweight champion.
Thank
I knew it. My question is, I know Chad Mendes is out there right now. I don't know if he has a fight lined up, but I want to know, I kind of foresee you guys fighting in the future, maybe as a title contender fight. How do you think you do against Chad?
Yeah, you know, I think I match up well with anybody. Chad is definitely one of the toughest guys in the 45-pound division, and I could see us fighting down the road one day.
Yeah, you guys have a very similar style.
Yeah, man, he's a stud.
Yeah. Thanks, Frankie.
Got it.
Hi, Mr. Edgar. My name is Kai, and I'm in 3rd grade. I'm a martial artist, and it'd be an honor if you'd punch me in the gut.
I like them. You gonna punch me back?
Yep.
Yeah? All right. Let's do it.
Okay.
Come on.
Go for it.
One down.
Come on up.
Woo!
Where am I hitting you? Ready? Go ahead, you hit me first. Boom, nice, I'll get you back. All right. Take it easy on me, though, all right? We'll survive. There you go. Put the mics on. There we go.
Hello?
Gotcha.
What's going on?
What's up, man?
Do you feel like you're being stalked by BJ Penn and Gray Maynard because they keep on saying they're dropping down to weight just to fight you?
Yeah, you know, it's like it's got a secret admirer, you know, but they're not making it secret. Yeah, you know, as a competitor, I get where they're coming from.
I got you. Thanks a lot.
You got it.
What's going on, Frankie? My question has to do with the increase as a lot of different fighters and stuff become more noticed by the UFC and get a lot more attention and stuff like that. It seems like there's a lot of more religious fighters, especially on like Wednesday night. Both camps were praying in the locker room and stuff, and I just wanted to know what you think the impact is on that or if it impacts you at all.
Yeah, absolutely. My team, we always pray before our fights, and for each guy's at the end, the last day of camp and the last day before the fight, we always pray. And yeah, man, it's good to have God on your side.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right.
Hey man, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Hey, I have a question. I just want to know, when you look at your career, do you look at it more of a business standpoint, or do you think of when you look at your career, do you look at it, do you take it as spiritually? Do you grow with it? I have that question. And regardless, how do you stay motivated? How do you stay motivated to train every day and to push yourself? What motivates you?
Well, first question, yeah. I mean, you kind of take it both ways. It's definitely spiritual. I want to grow in my career, but it is a business. I mean, this is how I feed my family. So, kind of both ways. And I stay motivated just because I enjoy what I do. This doesn't feel like a job to me, and I don't want to lose. That's what motivates me.
Thank you.
Got it.
Hey, Frankie, what's going on, man? I'm a big fan of yours. I'm going to see if I can win that prize for that best question. How did your previous reality TV show experience with MTV The True Life prepare you for The Ultimate Fighter?
I guess you kind of get, the way it helped me was, cameras in your face. But other than that, that's where it stops. They kind of came around here and there, but just the focus was on me. Where for the show, the focus is on my guys.
Cool. Thanks, man.
All right.
Hi, I believe this is your third fight with BJ Penn. Sorry, my mind is totally going blank. But I'm fans of both of you, so I'm totally conflicted. How do you think that this fight is going to go at the end of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty confident that I'm going to make it a sweep. That's the goal. So I want to make sure I'm prepared to do so.
All right.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Frankie. I heard as of late, cutting your shorts real short brings more luck. So I want to know if you plan on cutting your shorts maybe Mayhem Miller style for the weigh-ins.
Nah, not me, man, not me. The shorts are staying the way they are. I was a little taken back, and dude, that's why I called one of my coaches over and said, "Who's telling these guys to cut their shorts?" And Dana's clowning on me, but the one guy that didn't cut his shorts, you see what happened to him.
Blew his knee
yeah,
out.
So I guess it's good luck.
One
Not for
more-
me though.
One more thing, you're in Orlando this weekend, so did you bring the family down, maybe hit up Disney World or anything?
I didn't. My wife is about 8 months pregnant, so she had to stay home.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Edgar, how are you?
Good, man.
My question for you is, how do you go about picking your entrance music, and how important is that music to you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been coming out to the same song, "Kicking the Door" by Biggie Smalls for, probably the last 8 fights or something. For me, I grew up listening to him, big fan of him. The song's fitting. Stay low, keep firing. It's the most shady, Frankie baby. Come on.
Thank you.
Hey, Frankie, big fan. My wife is also pregnant right now. Couldn't come
congrats.
along today. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I gotta say, seeing you knock out Gray Maynard was I still get goosebumps thinking about it in the hair on the back of my neck standing up. You get so much credit for your heart, but I think anyone who can get in a cage for a living has heart. So when you face adversity, where does your mind go? What's your source for your, not really inspiration, but where does that heart come from? Is it something you think about, something someone says? Is it your corner? Is it where your mind goes? Is it pride? Is it fear? What?
I think it's pride for me. I'm a very proud person, and I don't want no one to have one up on me, So if I'm getting beat up in there a little bit, I think my pride starts knocking at me, and it makes me step my game up.
Well, you got the right to be proud, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
How you doing, Mr. Edgar? Just want to first off thank you for taking the time out and spending this out here with us with the Q&A. We're up here for my wife's birthday, and you're making the weekend
Happy birthday.
absolutely complete. 2 things I want to know that everybody in here is absolutely dying to know. First thing is, what's your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show. I'm really into TV shows. I got to say Breaking Bad is probably the best show.
Very good, very good. That's the best first choice. Now, second choice is, how would you strategize yourself if you were in The Walking Dead? Tell me what you would do to stay alive and what group you would hook up with.
Yeah, man, I like
That's what everybody
Daryl.
wants
I
to
like
know.
Daryl. He's,
Excellent.
He rides the motorcycles, got the crossbow. That's my dude.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You got it.
Hey, I have 2 questions. I know Misha is fighting tomorrow, but are you Team Tate or Team Rousey?
You know,
You can say Misha. It's okay.
Yeah, I like Misha. I do. I like Misha.
Okay,
but
good.
I am definitely a fan of Ronda, though. It's the way she, you know, she's very, very good.
Okay, good. My second question is, I saw the picture on Instagram of your family dressed as Ninja Turtles. Which one's your favorite and why?
My favorite, when I growing up, my favorite was Michelangelo, but my son took that one. But, I mean, I like Raphael now. He's got a little attitude.
Thank you.
What's going on, Frankie? Thanks for doing this, man.
Got it.
I was wondering how you feel about pride rules.
Yeah, I like the pride rules, the 10-minute first round, and I mean, it's a little maybe stomps and stuff like that, but to me that's more real. It's a real fight,
Right,
you know,
right.
and I think it would
More
change.
street.
It would change the way people fight too. You know, you
Gotcha.
kind of can't be putting, you know, playing this game with the hand on the floor,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. So
Gotcha.
I'm down with the pride rules.
Got one more thing. To you, what's the essence of a fighter? What makes a fighter legit to you?
What makes a fighter legit is just willing to let it all out and sacrifice your well-being. You know, that's what makes a real fighter.
Very cool. Appreciate it, buddy. You're the
Got it.
man.
Thank you.
Sorry to bother you again, Frankie. I've been tweeting Dana White like crazy. He never gets back at me. So if I got a picture of you after this and I put that in there, he'll know you have the sport redheads and stuff.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
All right, cool. Just
You
making
know,
sure.
you know Action Bronson, the rapper?
Yeah, man.
Yes,
But people
shoot,
compare
man.
me all the time. I
Yeah,
say
yeah.
I'm not that heavy, bro. So
You're like
I
a
think I
mini,
see
a
it
mini
like
man,
fat
mini
joke.
Action
At
Bronson.
least you're a fan, bro. He's a good rapper.
He is.
Thanks, Frank.
And how's it going?
Good, bro.
Good. 3 things here, man. First, I would like for you to take that featherweight division championship from Jose Aldo. I believe that division is needs your help to reinvent itself again. And second of all, I see that I believe you have kind of a lot of stroke around the UFC. Is there any way, seeing how we're in Orlando, that you can get Seth Petrozelli's job back? And 3, is there any chance that since you're from Jersey and all that, if you could, for some reason, take out Mike the Situation for me? Because I really want to knock out that dude myself, man.
Yeah, well, the Seth Petrozelli, I'll see me. I could grease Dana, see what I could do. I don't know.
Thank
Can't
you,
promise
bro.
anything. And the Situation, yeah, I'll see if I can lure him to you, and you can take care of him for me.
Oh,
you know
thanks.
What I mean?
And please clean out that featherweight division, bro, please.
You know it, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
I love UFC, but I don't want you to punch me, and I'm not going to punch you. Kudos to her. I've been a fan secondhand from my husband, and we went to 170, and this is our second fight. Most amazing experiences meeting the fighters. Everybody's been more than courteous, taking pictures, events like this. Thank you very much. Is it just by nature that UFC fighters are that way? Is it part of your contract? I mean, a little of both, but I mean, we're here because of you guys,
No,
and you welcome us.
Yeah, I think it's by nature, at least for me. You know, I mean, the fans are the reason we get to do what we do. You know, and if it wasn't for you guys, you know, who would want to come see us?
Well,
And we wouldn't be able to do it. So
Thank you.
we
This has
appreciate
been
the love,
a
and
blast.
the UFC does a great job of making us successful to you guys. So both ends, we're here for you guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey there, I was wondering if you feel like the UFC was splitting the purses fairly between the fighters?
Yeah, I mean, I you know, I can only talk on my behalf, and I've been taken care of. You know, you want to get paid more money, you got to win fights. That's kind of how it works out.
Do you ever think that the UFC is going to allow men and women to fight one another?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
And if so, who do you think you'd like to have fight Ronda Rousey?
Oh, man, I don't want to see Ronda fighting any dudes. I feel bad for those guys.
Just want to kind of reiterate what she said. We appreciate you coming. The Q&A experience for the fans and what the UFC does, it's not like any other sport. It's pretty sweet. Couple questions. I know you're looking at Ben Henderson. I know you're looking at your fight coming up with BJ Penn, but Ben Henderson, you know, just as a fighter, I know you're looking for a title again, but do you ever think in your head, I want to avenge those losses? Just as a fighter, you mentioned the pride factor. Does that bother you, or are you just cool with everything and how it's turned out? Do you want to fight him again and beat him up and officially win?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely eats at me. I'm not one to lobby for it. Like these guys sometimes lobby to fight me. But if it does happen, or I'm obviously at 45 right now, but if say the future, the opportunity arises, I would absolutely jump at it. Love a chance at revenge.
Second question, just out of curiosity, you see a lot of fighters just with how the sport's growing, looking at life after fighting in the cage. Have you thought about that at all? Just curious what your goals are after fighting, and do you have any plans for the future yet?
Yeah, I'm not getting any younger, so that's something I definitely have to think about. And yeah, I think one day I'll open up my own school, have something like that going on. Definitely stay involved within the sport.
Hi, Frankie, huge fan. I have 2 quick questions. If you could pick any actor to portray you in a movie, who would it be and why?
Any actor. I would say when he was younger, Robert De Niro, just because I'm a big fan of him.
For sure.
Some people say I look like a young Bobby D, so why not?
Second question, after Q&A, would it be okay if I come and took a picture with you?
Of course.
Thank you.
You got it.
Hi, actually 2 things. First question, how do you cope with all these cameras following you and all this? How do you try to maintain calm? I know at some point you just have like a rage in you, but how do you try to maintain calm?
You just get used to it. You kind of get numb to it. It's not like I go home and I got cameras following me around. So you get a break from it. But when they're in front of me, it becomes kind of normal because you get used to it.
All right, second question. Who would you think would win, Ronda Rousey or Floyd Mayweather?
Oh, man, like I said, I'm a big fan of Ronda Rousey, but there's a reason there's a men's division, women's division. So I think Floyd, it depends where the fight goes. But, it'd be tough to pick against Floyd.
Be biased. Thank you.
You got it.
Hello, my name is Nancy Oakes, and we're traveling from upstate New York near the Canadian border. I'm very, very honored. Thank you. I'm very, very honored to meet you. We have a 2-day drive ahead of us, and I have to thank my daughter who really paid attention to what was going on with you today. And I would, as well as some other people, to have a family picture with you before we leave.
Of course.
And the question that my niece had asked was, what is your favorite music?
My favorite music? I grew up listening to rap. I like everything, but I would say if it was my favorite, I'd probably rap, yeah.
You have a favorite song?
Well, I like Jay-Z. Jay-Z's my dude, yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, too.
Frankie, you've had a lot of close fights, and not all of them kind of gone your way. What do you think judging? Everybody's always complaining about judging. What do you think they could do better in the commissions to fix that issue?
Yeah, judging. I think it's going to get better as the sport goes on. I think as you get younger judges that maybe participate in MMA or at least trained in MMA or jiu-jitsu, I think once you see that more across the board, you'll see better judging.
Also, do you think, they kind of changed the bonuses up in the UFC. Do you think giving more bonuses just for finishing fights, do you think that might fix that issue?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think any of us go out there thinking we don't want to finish a fight. If I could finish the fight in the first 30 seconds, I would love to do that, take a little less damage.
Gotcha. Thank you.
How you doing, Frankie? Big fan.
Like that jersey, man.
Thank you. I'm stationed up in Fort Stewart, Georgia. Came down. I knew you were going to be here and to see the event. 3 questions. One, I know after UFC 125, you were supposed to scrap with Anthony Pettis, but you had the draw and the injuries. Let's say you beat Jose, which I know you will, and do you see yourself maybe scrapping with Anthony in a super fight, or maybe hitting Barao?
Yeah, I don't know about going down 35. I think you could see me probably go back up to 55 before I go down to 35. So, yeah, it could be a possibility, man. But, I don't look too far ahead. My mind's set on BJ right now. Okay, I understand that. Second question. A friend put me up to ask you this. How do you feel about GSP's performance in Captain America 2? Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I seen a little clip, and it looked pretty good to me, man. I think, George's my boy, so it was pretty cool to see him in there. Right. Any chance I can get a picture with you and maybe sign the jersey afterwards? Yeah, man, you know it. All right, thank you. Got it.
Yo, what's up, Frank? What fight would you say you gained the most confidence? Maybe after your first pro fight, or would you say, let's say, after beating BJ Penn twice, or, when you fought Sean Sharp? Even Dana White didn't think you were going to win, but, when did you gain the most confidence?
Yeah, I mean, I guess your confidence kind of progressively goes up as you go, but I think Sean Shirk was definitely a big confidence boost for me. He was a former champion at the time. Everyone was writing me off. Before that fight, I really didn't use as much stand-up as I do now, and I think that kind of was my breakout for that.
Oh, and my second question is, when you got rocked by Maynard, right? How did it feel physically and mentally to be in that situation? Like, how can you describe it, in other words?
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember it, man, so.
That's-
you
I
don't
get- yeah,
really,
for
when
sure.
you're rocked in a cage, you really don't feel anything, to be honest with you. You're kind of just on, in la-la land. But thankfully my corner, I zeroed in on them and just focused on what they were telling me to do.
Yeah, man, you're a badass fighter. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I forgot to ask you this before. I know you're focused on Penn and you want the title, the belt. What about Faber? Stylistically, I think that would be a great fight.
Yeah, I think he's one of the best lightweights, in this sport, and I think a lot of people would love to see that fight. If it was at 45, maybe down the road, we'll see.
And do you think I get a picture with you afterwards?
You got it, man.
Hey, Frank. I was just wondering, what do you think about the brain trauma studies going on with the fighters?
I think it's great. I think it's great that the UFC is behind it. Any way we could make this sport safer and avoid, injuries, long-term, short-term, it's just a positive for everybody.
All right. And what are your concerns about the brain trauma with the fighters?
That I'm not speaking like a dummy when I'm older. That's probably my biggest concern, So try to avoid that.
All right. Thank you.
You got it.
Hey, Frankie, how you doing? Hey, BJ Penn, he claims that, when he steps in his cage, he's coming here, he's coming to fight. He's calling you a pitter-patter puncher, more technical. I mean, how does that feel when you hear that? And when you step in the cage with him the next time, are you going to make him eat his words or what?
I mean, that's the plan. I think, being 2-0 against him, I think I made him eat some words already. So I'm just going to keep stuffing those words in there.
Exactly. All right, thanks.
All right.
Hey, what's up, Frankie? How you doing?
Good, man.
Hey, what would you be doing if you weren't fighting in the UFC? And also, what are your thoughts on the whole TRT banning?
I was a plumber before the UFC. My father owns a commercial plumbing business, so I did that actually up until my third fight in the UFC. So I'd probably still be digging holes. But as far as the TRT ban, it's good for me. It doesn't really affect me. I'm not really into TRT or anything, so I think it's good for the sport.
I agree. Take care, bro.
Hey, how you doing, Frankie? I just got a kind of important question. I wasn't
What you
sure.
hiding in that beard? You hiding something in there?
Well, that's kind of where I'm getting to. I don't know if you'd be willing to give this kind of stuff away. I know it's real secret game plan stuff. I mean, you got Johnny Hendricks, Travis Brown, Ariel Helwani.
Ariel Helwani.
Helwani knows. There's a lot of things going on with the beard. Have you ever thought about growing out a beard for your fights?
Yeah, no, man. My wife wouldn't let me, I don't think.
Last question. Would you be willing to try the beard on just so any fans want to see you with
I'll
the
try it
beard?
on. I'll try it on.
Awesome. All right.
Let's do it. I'll jump on.
Oh, he's going to do it now.
Yeah, I know, man. Jeez. Ain't no lice in here, is there? Is it a keeper? Yes, no? Boo? Boo. Sorry, man. No good. No good. You right? Sorry.
How you doing again? All right, so back in 2010 when you fought BJ Penn for the first time, what was that feeling like going to that fourth and fifth round knowing that you most likely won that fight?
Yeah, Ricardo Almeida, one of my coaches, even before it, he says, "Man, we make it to these rounds." He's like, "You better know that the title's coming home with you." So when we got there, I felt, if I finished strong, that I was going home with the belt.
Well, what persuaded you to even accept the fight for the third fight between you and BJ?
I'm kind of a yes man, and Dana was on the other end of the phone. He said, BJ Penn to do the show. I thought the opportunity to do the show was, it was definitely a good thing for my career, and BJ's a stud, man, so it's all good.
Right on. Okay, thank you.
Hey, what's up? I got a quick question. Maybe somebody could hear me in the back, or that guy in the green shirt. when they do the pay-per-views before they start. I know it's a weird question, but in pay-per-views before they start, they have that hype-up song. I went 2 years ago to this other fight, and it wasn't there, and it kind of sucked. But I know it's gonna be a large crowd. If anybody can remember to please put the hype-up song before the pay-per-view comes on.
What's
like,
that? What song is that? The Bubble?
well, it's just like that video they put up. It's pretty badass if anybody's ever seen it.
The Who, yeah, the Who song.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, when they put up on the screens before the card starts.
I'll talk to some
Yeah,
people.
yeah, you
I'll
know
talk
what
to some people. I'll make
Thank
sure it
you.
happens.
Somebody can hear me, the guy in the green shirt. Thanks.
Frankie, who's your favorite fighter, and who kicks harder, Jose Aldo or Edson Barboza?
Well, Edson Barboza kicks harder, man. But my favorite fighter, I would say my teammates, Edson, Barboza, Marlon Moraes, those guys, just because I put the work in with them. So those are the guys I like watching the most.
All right, thank you.
All right, so I got 2 questions. The first one, outside of your own, do you have a favorite fight in the UFC?
I'll just say something. A recent fight was Jones versus Gustafsson. Man, I thought that was a phenomenal fight. So I'll say that one.
Definitely a great fight. And the second thing, have you heard of the Nam fan curse?
No, I haven't.
No. So
Elaborate.
he's gone 0 for 24 in fight picks, including yours against Aldo. So I think that might be the key to victory next time.
Have him pick the other
text
guy?
him and be like, pick the other guy, dude.
All right,
Come on.
cool.
Hey, Frankie, how you doing today? I have one question. I don't know if you've seen the Chell and Vanderlei problem from last Sunday episode. They were kind of fighting. The question was, as a coach, Ultimate Fighter, have you gone into a pressure like that, like BJ getting you in your head, trying to talk smack to you? Will you get the pressure really deep, like will you come out the other side of you or something like that?
No, I don't think anybody could ruffle my feathers like that. I keep it kind of cool. You have to watch the show to see if that does happen, though.
All right, thank you.
All right, you got it.
What up? What do you feel about entrances? Do you like the flashy entrances or the regular just music and just walking out?
Yeah, my thing is
Like
I
pyro and stuff?
Yeah, no, I mean I just some music, get hype, and I run out to the cage, man. I feel like I've waited three months to get here. I'm not gonna take my time to make it any longer,
And one more, Jets or Giants?
I kind of my family's Giants fans, but I got to speak to the Jets on a couple occasions, little motivational speeches. So,
right.
As long as
Rex
they're not playing
Ryan,
each
Rex
other,
Ryan.
that's what I'll go with.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Hi, Frankie. How many kids do you have?
I have 2 with 1 on the way.
One on the way.
That I know
okay.
about.
You're one of my favorite fighters, and I got a question. Just like, what happened if one of your kids ever want to fight? If he ever want to fight, would you encourage him? Would you help him out? Or if they decide to get into the sport, what would be your personal thoughts?
Yeah, I would support them 100%. How can I tell them that they can't do something that their dad does? As long as they take it serious and they commit themselves, I would support them 100%.
Or would you encourage them, or would you be against them? I mean, would you be like that kind of people that say, why don't you study and do something else?
Yeah, I mean, if he could be a doctor, a lawyer, or something, but, just fighting's not a bad career. And like I said, if they're 100% committed, if they're half-hearted, then I'd probably steer them a different way. But I know if they were willing to put the work in, and then I would support them.
All right, man. Thank you.
You got it.
Real quick, Frankie Edgar, ladies and gentlemen. Please give it up one time for him.
There you go. It's MC here.
I'm telling you, Frank, I really appreciate you, bud, and everybody does here. I'm from Dallas. A lot of people talk about Texas, and you see Hendricks and people from Texas that rep Texas like no other. People from Cali talk about West Coast lifestyle. I have never met anywhere that has repped harder for their area than Jersey. So can you explain the Jersey style, Jersey movement, Jersey idea real quick?
It's like we're across the river from New York City, right? The biggest city, most popular city in the world. And I think it's we're going to be nobody's little brother, you know what I mean? So we got to rep hard.
All right, I really appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Got it.
I'm back. All right, so in your fights or for any fighter in general, at any point in the fight, is there a point where you abandon your game plan, where you're like, screw it, let's just go hard?
For me, I don't, because I really zero in on my corner. I'm almost like a robot in there, and they got the controls. So whatever they're telling me to do, I'm going to do it. There'll never be a time where they're screaming something over and over, and I'm not doing it.
All right, right on. Another question. is there any technique that you have been practicing that you haven't done yet in the cage that you want to use as a finisher?
Yeah, absolutely, man. If you've been, you watch Edson Barboza, some of the kicks he pulls off, he's been doing it a lot longer than I have, but I've been messing around with some of that stuff, so we'll see. You never know.
All right, right on.
Hey, so after you got asked the question about the Shirk fight being the turning point in your fight career, completely reminded me that I was actually at that fight live, and that was awesome. And one thing in particular after that fight that I completely got reminded of was afterwards, Shirk completely booked it out of the stadium. What was your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think he was just frustrated, and that's how he chose to deal with it. Went for a little run, I guess, to ease his mind, Again, as a competitor, man, losing sucks, so I feel for the guy.
All right, thanks, Frankie.
Cool.
Hey, Frankie, thanks for coming to Orlando. You're known as a wrestler, but you just got your black belt from Almeida. Can you explain any other personal goals or how that happened or when that happened?
Yeah, I recently got my black belt from Ricardo Almeida this past December, and as soon as I started jiu-jitsu, that was one of my career goals was to get a black belt, it's an honor. It's an honor for sure.
So do you think the top off the trilogy with BJ Penn, the ultimate finish, the submit BJ Penn?
Man, if you could submit BJ Penn, I think that would be definitely a feather in my cap. Easier said than done. BJ's obviously a great jiu-jitsu guy, but you never know.
Well, I hope you submit him. Thanks.
Thank you.
We got 2 more questions.
Quick question about TV shows. They're talking about TV shows. Were you a fan of Sopranos?
Oh, of course, man. How could I not be?
Who's your favorite character?
Tony. Tony, man.
I was a Paulie Walnuts.
Yeah, Tony.
I like Paulie. All right, man. Appreciate it.
Got it.
Frankie, thanks for coming out. I'm just wondering, after seeing so many of your fights, do you think Dana really has to wait to see your next fight, or if he can just give you the fight of the night money in advance?
Yeah, I think he just give it to me. Oh, maybe give it to me tonight. Who knows?
Yep, he should. Thanks.
You got it.
All right, so
guys, thank you.
I'm gonna announce the winners. Before I announce the winners, I just want to point out something funny. When the dude with the beard came down, security, did you see them all running over there? We're not dumb here, all right? So our winners are, I'm going to award a duffel bag to the soldier who drove down from Georgia, all right? And then also I'm going to give 2. I'm going to give the little guy, Kai, who wanted him to get punched in the stomach, I'm going to give him one as well. So both you guys come down here after the Q&A, and I'll give you one of my business cards, and I'll tell you how you receive your gift. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, I was WC, Ben Henderson. Those were close fights.
Yes, they were.
I thought you won one of them. I did, and he's my guy. So,
thanks.
One of the nicest guys in the sport, ladies and gentlemen, Frankie Edgar.
Guys, thanks for your time, man. Had a good time.
Got color in your cheeks. Do you ever get that feel that you can't shift, the tide that sticks around like summits in your teeth? Are there some aces up your sleeve?